Advantage at brothels.
And we are officially live once more, and I bet you missed us last week. We are officially back, and we are, in theory, better than ever. With that, the players themselves are now officially level 10, after enduring an interesting series of events. As a quick recap of the arc itself, the players got back to Sharn after doing various odd jobs and other things like that. They started to take on the assignment that Saris had from the Boromar clan. This was an exchange due to them basically causing all of her charges to vanish from an incident that happened in Rote. With this, they had to switch documents, which were parts of the Draconic Prophecy. The Boromar wanted their own documents to be translated. With the help, so as the players made it around to the university, they did find Badenoch Murning. They also found out that he had a research assistant who was a goblin. Upon various attempts to infiltrate into the university to learn more, Fennec and Yami were the only two who really got the furthest, and in that instant is where Fennec had met Girdrin. Girdrin, who is who was the research assistant, and caught a fancy to her.
It's girlfriend's name, right? It's Gendril.
Excuse me. I will get the deceased girlfriend's name right.
Respect the dead.
Excuse me. And he had taken an instant liking to. After visiting her on several attempts and getting very awkward in each of said attempts, in fact, many of the reasons he had gotten as far as he had with her was because the player, Matt, rolled really well.
No, it was because he showed her his.
We're going to say it's because he was honest with who he was and he was true to himself. That is the moral of the story. Be true to you. It wasn't until he started getting a bit crazy in his approach, trying to save her, warning her of an approaching danger, which ultimately did scare her. While he was playing around with his catapult, brought to you by the wonderful artificer Gearfried, the players began originally to engage within this university because the Das clan took more of a overt approach to the situation. After Badenoch Murning and said goblin love interest perished due to the hands of Carnathi undead, this too now resurging the fear of necromancy in the people of Breland. They eventually, over a whole series of events, and you can check it out in the last episode, managed to, in the end, swap the documents that Anruz had and slipped away, jumping out the window as the police entered the scene. The guards entered the scene. The players will now take it away as they are coming in for their landing in the lower district of Lower Dura, just having jumped from the window and successful.
Actually, it's been a week, I believe, but didn't we get back to the bar and we were like discussing options to do? I distinctly remember.
Yeah, we already did the.
Okay. So we're going to then jump over to the tavern.
I think we were heading to bed, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. I think we'd be waking up
that.
following.
Yeah.
I think we're all waking up at this point, or unless anyone else had anything to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I will just.
Levin had a conversation.
What happened?
Fennec and Levin had a conversation at one point. Oh yeah, because then Fennec went upstairs and saw Gearfried just laid out on the bed.
Yeah, Gearfried was very, very exhausted, so he just kind of crashed out.
I wanted to really quick ask who was at the table when the whole discussion about the girlfriend was happening and had this low bar, but so probably everybody, but who had a higher passive insight than 6? Passive insight higher than 6.
I mean,
Maybe
that's
16?
literally everyone.
You notice a slight reaction during the discussion of how Fennec felt he failed his girlfriend from Zarya. And I will end that there. Just a little note, a little fun sprinkle.
Introspection.
Raised an eyebrow.
All right. So I am going to make one quick addendum. So Ceres, as you were making your way with Melee up to your room, you open the door and you would be seeing Lena sitting on the bed.
Oh. Hello. How kind of you to save me the trouble of unlocking my door for you to enter through.
Well, I figured I might as well enter if you're going to leave to make it so easy.
Touché. Touché. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I figured from the ruckus that was caused at the university, you have what you were asked for, right?
I did make the swap, yes.
And where are the originals?
Oh, I believe those were unnecessary, so I destroyed them. I just had to swap them out.
She
You were very-
she looks at you dumbstruck.
You were very specific in that it was integral that they be swapped out and no one know. And the best way for no one to know is for the originals to be destroyed. Am I not correct?
Yes, but we had wanted
If
to
I-
actually have the originals deciphered.
If, like, no one stated that, I was told specifically that my job was to swap them out and make sure no one found the originals.
So she's gonna just take that deep breath and to calm down the initial reaction. You notice just a small break in her stoic expression before it returns back to the normal calm facade.
I was told the Buttermilk clan was very aggressive about proper following of instructions. So I weighed my chances of survival against the chance. If I had been caught after the swap for whatever reason, and the scrolls were on me, that would be disastrous, and I would have failed, and I probably would have died in prison through some surprisingly nefarious means in the shower or the yard or the cell or however you die in jail. And I didn't want that to happen, so I did what was best for the mission, per my instructions.
Well, in the future, while you're working with us, do wait until explicitly asked to destroy documents.
Oh,
Till then,
okay. I will make that a right addendum.
carry those said documents and don't get caught. That is
Very-
why we're expending the time with you.
Okay.
You don't get caught.
Fair. Well, now look at this. Per my instructions, I cannot get caught with the originals, and the swap has been made.
Yes, but next time, please refrain from destroying documents of such rarity. If we couldn't translate it, we could have sold it.
Ah, well, next time, please be more specific in that it's not
As-
just a swap; it is a thing, a swipe.
As said, in the future, unless explicitly asked, please maintain the documents on your person.
Duly noted. I will keep this in mind, and remember, it is an underlying instruction against for all future procurements.
Appreciated. And then she's going to turn to Melee. And now, My business is with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. She is my employee.
And Mei Li is just going to kind of look surprised. Me? What? And she's going to take out a piece of paper, and she's going to hand it to Mei Li.
I am going to put my hand on that woman's wrist like, no.
Well, then you take it. And she's going to move it so that you're able to grab the letter instead, the paper instead.
Yeah, I was grabbing the woman's wrist, not Melee's.
No, I figured that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. She's moving her wrist more to face you, or her arm to face you now.
I will take the note. Thank you.
And as you unfurl it, you are going to see a sketch of Mei Li, adequately done, with it's basically a bounty poster. And it's one you would recognize, that you would have seen within the underworld communities. And you do see that there is a bounty of 1,000 gold pieces on her.
I frown. Duly noted.
Figured you should know, yes?
Indeed. We will make steps to adjust for this.
You would also notice that it does explicitly say on the poster, alive.
You're gonna get paid more for doing this job. Okay. Well. This is probably more worrisome. Alright. Much to think about tonight, haven't I? Future jobs, not destroying documents, making sure that my worker retention rates are still high.
DM, this is all happening down like in the tavern.
No, this is in Ceres's room.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this isn't business that you conduct in the open.
Yeah.
I was just curious of location.
Yep.
And Sarah's like, well, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to a restful evening without you, unfortunately.
You were going to notice that... Go ahead. What is your passive perception?
It's perception or insight?
Passive perception.
Perception is 17.
You would notice that she's wearing a necklace that looks very familiar. One that you were actually chasing a individual, but it was worn as more like a crown at that point. Without another word, you're gonna hear a pop as she just teleports out.
Well, that explains why the locks don't work.
And
Good time.
in her stead, you are going to see a pouch of gold, and I believe it was 1,500 per, or 500
Roll.
per, right?
It was 1,500 per.
15 per 100, so that would be 4,500 gold pieces that you would have in a bag that's left behind.
And that would be, yeah. It's like we have to go back downstairs. I will check my backpack to make sure the scrolls are still there.
I knew it. I had a feeling. Very nice. I'm going to give you an inspiration for that.
You also fooled me. I was like, what the fuck? Wait, what? What?
Because I know you didn't say it, but it was like, all right, I don't know if she's lying or not, because that sounds like what she would do.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like that. I'm going to give you an inspiration for that. Don't do it again.
I am a trickster. But yeah, I do that, and well, now we have to go back downstairs and divvy up the gold. I'm just never gonna get any sleep, am I? Come along, Mary.
You are going to notice that Mei Li looks a little bit shaken.
Oh, don't worry about that. There are ways. See, they're looking for this face. We can give you a new one.
The thought is terrifying to her.
I smile, like, come along. And I will go downstairs. I will go back to where everyone is on the table, except for Fennec, I assume, went up to his room.
Well, Gearfried, I believe, was passed out on the bed.
Oh yeah,
He was very
Gearfried got passed out because he's a bloody mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gearfried was not looking hot when, ironically, when that battle ended.
Yeah, so everyone else, I will go downstairs and I will throw a heavy sack of coin into the middle of our table. Guess what, everyone? Drinks are on Levin tonight.
Oh yeah.
Levin's just gonna cock an eyebrow and wait for you to finish that statement.
Because we got paid. And I will look to
You have your
Zarya.
coin purse now tells me that you had a visitor.
I had an unexpected exchange, but don't worry. I've made arrangements to make us richer yet. Who says I don't look after you all? It's almost like I care.
First round will be on me then. But you're going to have to give me an explanation.
Oh, well, my employer decided to pop in and have, dispense with business early. And good riddance, I say.
Alright, what are you holding back?
Nothing! Nothing we didn't already know, looks at Zarya.
What?
Nothing, just, good payout tonight. And you got to kill people. You would have sucked at this other job anyway.
Sorry, it feels like she's missing something. So she's gonna roll insight.
I'm not going to rise to the barb on that one. Ceres, you are eventually going to have to explain some of these details to me at some point. Because if I start looking, you're not going to like it.
No. Yeah, she sighs. What does it? You can tell she's pointedly sort of avoiding Zarya's gaze. I will hand the bounty notice to Levin. I was informed that this is a current topic among the bounty inclined.
Levin will take that, unroll it in front of him, and you're all gonna see something very unusual. Levin's gonna pause.
I mean, she does good work, so I can understand the demand. She's thwarted several attempts on murder against myself.
Rolling it back up, handing it to Ceres.
How much was my bounty? Was it 1,000?
It
I'm
was
not telling
not.
you.
Ew. What?
That number is annoying to look at.
It is. It's a little distressing, but I am going to take measures to mitigate the interest that it draws.
What, Maylee's bounty? It wasn't that much.
It's true, it wasn't.
Okay,
I
it's
will
been an
slide
update.
750 gold pieces towards Zarya, but look what you did make.
How much is it now?
750 gold pieces, and if you stick with us, I'll see to it that you get more.
I better fucking get more fucking...
You can't even
Yeah.
drink all that tonight. That's at least...
No, but it is an encouraging thought.
Oh shit, if we increase the bounty, that means... Damn it, it's going to fuck up my fucking resume.
There's no increase. You're getting nervous for nothing. Your lack of trust is painful.
Zarya, what was your original bounty for her?
DM?
500 gold pieces.
500 gold.
They've raised it.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Which means he figured out that I'm not going to collect.
Or the situation has changed and they need more people on it.
I take this more as an indication that they've become impatient.
Might
I
need
agree
to
with
hide
Cyrus's
you.
assessment on this one. Especially considering that the parties that were interested in mainly were also concerned with Karnath the Undead. And we just got done with that.
You know what this means? We don't go anywhere near Karnath. I've heard Dargun's nice this time of year.
Bit of a travel.
Or we could go to Valinor. I'm sure you'd love it there.
And that would be literally counter towards anything that I would want to do.
There. Though, you know, a good point for Dargun is that it's close to the Mournlands. If you need to like duck in, evade, hide from people. If you're into that
Oh.
sort of thing.
Look, Cyrus, if you're looking to continue associating with Melee and having her around yourself, obviously you're going to have to relocate.
But I love Sean. Beautiful this time of year, which is every time of year. Have you been down to Lower Dora yet? It's just starting to get that sort of warm piss smell that denotes spring.
Yaks are being brought in. Anyway,
And we haven't shown Zarya all the sights.
Sights?
Zarya, just go to Upper Dura, look down, marvel, leave.
Ugh. Your soul is dead, Lemon. Disappointing.
More so that I'm tired. Wish to have a beverage. Wish to forget today.
You know who's missing out on this party? I'm gonna go take Gearfried his money. Is Fennec with us at the table, or is he upstairs in his room too?
He would be upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take the boys their share.
As you go, you are able to easily walk up to their room.
I will kick open the door. It's like, aha, loose ends! And I will fling bags of money in their face.
As it hits Gearfried on the bed.
Does he only
Gearfried, Gearfried, do you lay on your back or on your stomach?
Gearfried, Brandon is a back sleeper, but Gearfried's a face sleeper. So, yeah, he's just he's not even like he's laying down on the bed horizontally, so he's like half hanging off of it, just because he kind of walked in, immediately collapsed, and left it there. So I imagine that either hits him on the back of the head, or is just on his back. He's still fully clothed.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
have 1 hit point left?
What happened?
Gearfried had like he was low. He wasn't that low. He was like in
Okay.
20 HP range.
Now you're not gonna kill him with money unless you really want to try, and then I'll say roll a melee attack. You know, just beat him with it.
No, I'm just gonna throw the money at them.
All right. I would say that it would probably land on like your mid to lower back, unless she's trying to like really hit you in like the head.
I am
And then-
trying to hit him in the head.
Okay.
mean.
Is this
What?
bag sealed? This pouch?
Of course, I'm not a monster.
Okay.
It
I
would-
just want to know if it would spill out after it hits him. So
It would lose weight and kinetic energy if it did that. He won't get the
shit-
full impact of the money. It's not
for
gonna do
shits and giggles, go ahead and give me a D20 and add your dexterity dexterity bonus.
Real
Since
quick.
I'm prone, would this be at disadvantage?
If it's from more than 5 feet away.
it. Probably.
I'm gonna say this is.
But you're also
cinema-
incapacitated, so that levels out.
I'm gonna just say this is cinematic. It's a straight roll. If it was in combat, I'd pay more attention to it.
A quick question. How much coin are you throwing at him?
150 gold pieces.
150?
Some of that's in platinum. Some of that's in platinum. Not that heavy.
Is it though?
I mean, if that's
it
150
would have to be,
gold,
wouldn't it?
that's...
Well, technically, we got paid. It's probably 75 platinum pieces because I can't imagine that woman carried around 4,500 gold pieces because that's a lot of coin.
I mean, yeah, 4,000. Wow.
No, there'd be a bunch of
That's
platinum
90
there.
pounds. That's no.
So I'm hitting it with 75 platinum pieces. It's
So we have an equivalent of 750 gold.
A pound and a half.
Even
Yeah.
then, that's still a lot. Pound
I mean-
pound and a half to the back of the head.
yeah, but
Ah.
it's not.
It's an ouch, but it's not deadly.
No, it's not a deadly, but that's enough to knock you out or give you a major headache.
She's throwing a heavy pet at me, not a dumbbell.
Yeah. So yeah, but you're getting hit with 75 coins. But it's worth 750 gold pieces.
I will add it to my
Yeah, you
inventory.
guys made a lot of money on that one. That's why it was vital that you didn't get caught.
So when
Yeah.
we record the money, are we recording platinum or gold?
You know what? I'm not really gonna worry about the conversions. If you want to roleplay the trading in, otherwise just put it how you'd like.
It starts as platinum pieces, but you can track it however you like.
Yeah, I'm not going to micromanage your money, however you want to really put it. I don't do much with the trading unless you actually want to roleplay that out. Normally during shopping, just deduct it how you see fit as long as you're taking out the right amount.
I'm
So-
happy with platinum.
You get hit in the back of the head. What did you roll?
I rolled a 23.
Oh, yeah, so you definitely get hit in the back of the head. So, Fennec, are you asleep yet as she kicks in the door, or are you awake?
He's awake.
All right. You see a bag of money coming at you, and then you see a bag of money being tossed towards Gearfried. As you're catching your bag, you hear a thunk and a groan.
You know, he's been through enough today.
Yes, but who doesn't love to be assaulted with wealth?
Eh.
You
Talk
okay,
about
Fanny?
having wealth thrust upon you.
You look.
Wait, did
Let-
Maylee say that?
Yes, Maylee said that.
You're looking less finicky than usual.
Yeah, I'm getting that a little bit. He'll look at Maylee. Could you give Saris and I a few minutes, please?
I nod to her. It's like, I'll see you in our room. Be very careful.
Yeah, of course.
He-
And she
he-
is going to leave the room.
Oddly, like, out of character, like, polite.
Saris has noticed. She'll walk over and sit on Gearfried's bed across from Fennec.
Does the bed move at all?
She's gonna sort of push Gearfried off the bed.
Gearfried
Oh.
slumps over onto the ground.
Poor
I'm a
Gearfried.
ragdoll at this point.
Throws a pillow over him, so he can't hear. All right, what do you want to talk about?
How fast are we getting out of this town?
Says, I'm torn because I like it here, but circumstances dictate we would probably do better to not be here as opposed to literally anywhere else. Except maybe Valinor. Someone's a killjoy.
So he's already talked to Levin, but he is going to look like in Saris's notice, he is less finicky. He's going to look her dead in the eye without any other questions. Did you know she was in there?
I thought she might be. Did I know? No. But I guessed it was more likely than not.
I didn't even know she was in there.
I'm sorry. Once I realized she was, I tried to get to her, but I was too far away and I could not see her. In fact, I never did lay eyes on her. I just heard her once.
So you'll see a slight tear come down his eye, and you'll hear the sniffle. And all he'll say is, "I knew you would have."
She will stand.
Hmm?
She's going to stand up, walk over to Fennec, put a hand on his head, and tussle his hair a bit. Sometimes winning means we lose.
Yeah. It's just, she actually, I don't know. There's something about her. I didn't get that along with her.
She will kneel down to look Fennec in the eye and just say, "It's not the same, I know, but for what it's worth, I like having you around. And if you tell anyone I ever said that, they will never find your body."
Fennec's just gonna look down at Gearfried. Alright, you heard her. Don't say anything.
As you say that, she just smiles. "Oh, Fennec, like I wouldn't take care of that." I walk over and I start to push the pillow into Gearfried's face.
Oh my god, poor Gearfried.
Well,
Yeah.
Fennec's saying it, like, addressing Gearfried and, like, almost trying to get back to his finicky self.
Mm.
yeah.
She jokingly, she gives him Fennec a mischievous smile and affectionately smothers Gearfried for about 30 seconds before she eventually stands up and is like, "Well, I've got to get back. I'll see you in the morning."
I gotta ask, how do you affectionately smother somebody? Like, how does that work?
You don't push too hard.
Yeah, she's sort of kneeling next to Gearfried on the floor, and she's just slowly pushing her hand into his face with the pillow on top of his face. And then she's also, smiling pleasantly and giving Fennec a little wink.
I feel like Gearfried would probably at some point start to jostle in his near comatose state.
Yep. Just to,
Trying to worm out of the way.
just to make it add a little bit of spice to the affection, she will hold it there as he starts to spasm a little, and then she will get up and leave.
And then I imagine Gearfried would just, if he's like leaning against the wall, he is now slumped over and sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
Oh, I feel like Gearfried's gonna have a couple of things to say in the morning when he can actually, move.
So does Fennec know that Yami at one point had come back?
I would say no.
Okay.
Because as
As
far
one-
as the story was going, he'd never actually come back to the tavern. At least not while you guys were there.
Okay.
Alright, with that, is there anything else you guys would like to do before we push to the next day?
Nope. Fennec will just kind of toss the bag of coins in his hand, and he'll give Saris a smile and go, "Well, at least we got something out of this."
Yep. Sometimes money's all we get.
Mm-hmm.
And she will leave.
Yep. And then Fennec will curl up and go to sleep.
Jumping back down to the inside to the tavern, I believe Zarya and Levin, you are still awake. What would you two be doing?
I would have gotten
Drinking.
Zarya a couple of rounds.
Yeah, she's drinking.
Just
No.
keep drinking. That's what
Drink.
I'm thinking. 'Cause it's what I love to do. Alright, so go ahead and just give me a quick Constitution saving throw, whoever's drinking more than 2 or 3.
She
Or
can't.
for
Levin's only
Zarya,
having one.
for Zarya's case, like 6.
Well, the thing is, Zarya can't actually get drunk anymore.
That's right.
She can't be
yeah.
poisoned.
Yep.
Wait.
Yeah, you can't get drunk anymore.
Oh no.
technically speaking, depending on how Anthony wants to rule, the the drunk condition is different from poisoned, mechanically speaking.
Yes, but
There is no
There is no drunk condition, although she can drink enough to pass out.
Yeah, it's like the Flash.
a lot of drinking.
Doesn't being
Well,
doesn't
Well,
being drunk make it so you can't be afraid?
No, there's no conditional for inebriation in 5th edition.
Think of it
Just
this way:
poison.
I can use I can use lesser restoration to get rid of being drunk because it's a disease or a poison.
Yeah.
That's why it works.
So,
Yeah, you can't get drunk.
how many drinks does it take me to figure that out?
We don't know yet.
give me a
I'm-
give me a
for this.
perception check.
I've been waiting for this all.
She kind of drinks to get drunk, so I feel like she'd know pretty quickly. She's not drinking because she likes it.
Landon still
Eight.
no buzz.
I'm gonna say it takes you a good 3 or 4 drinks in when you notice, because ultimately at first it was almost that psychosomatic thing of where you were you act out what would normally happen, but then you notice that it's not actually you're not feeling what you normally would at this point.
Mm. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Fucking stronger drink. Now.
We say we usually use manners, but of course, strongest drink in the house. And you're gonna notice that he takes out a pot or a cask off of the top right hand shelf. Pulling it down, you notice that it is covered in dust, showing the last time it was used, and also the quality of their dusting skills. After using a magic item to cast prestidigitation to clean off the barrel, you notice it has 4 X's on it. So this is like the moonshine of moonshines here.
I fucking grab it and down it. I don't even wait for him to pour it into a bottle. I just grab it and drink.
Just perfect kind of alcohol.
As you down it, it burns. Give me a Constitution saving throw. This is not for drunkenness or anything. This is just that pure heat of that alcohol, that moonshine going down.
Yeah, this is
Wait,
chemical
alcohol
damage.
actually burns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alcohol can be used to denature proteins.
It's
Yeah. Alcohol burns.
Okay. Learn something new every day. 14.
I'm not gonna comment because I don't drink.
You're
It
after
burns.
the second gulp, you start feeling the burn and you're forced to stop before you start choking up a little bit of it. You notice that there is absolutely no effect.
All right, Corey, to give you an idea of that, have you ever had a Hot Pocket right out of the microwave?
I have not had that exact thing, but I know what you're talking about.
Like like one of the little pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how it creates a new language when you put it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Imagine that going down your throat in liquid form.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
do people do this?
Because
hold on.
we're Zarya.
Normally we
Because
don't.
occasionally we don't want to feel feelings anymore.
and we don't usually
Most of us-
just chug down moonshine. That's
yeah,
something you
most-
sip at a time, man.
Most of us.
Well, yeah, I've
drink
smelled
paint thinner,
moonshine. I'm Southern.
Ooh.
My cousin actually knows one of the guys who was on the Moonshine show, and he got moonshine from him.
Nice. But
Anyway,
no effect, and you notice the bartender looks at you with a heated expression, particularly because
Hey, the gold.
since you just drank it right from the bucket, from the cask, there is no more reselling it. It's now soiled.
I'll pay.
Ooh.
100 gold pieces, please.
Oh, now you're just ripping
Look.
her off.
Looks at
Excuse me,
Levin.
This is not very easy to come to. And she just ruined the entire
And
cask.
summarily not very easy to sell.
Exactly. I gotta make my money off of it somehow. And also, I would have poured her a glass.
It's ethanol. This is one of the cheapest things to make.
Give me a persuasion check.
Or y'all are arguing about this. Zarya's just having a mental breakdown. Ugh.
Yep. Never gonna be able to use cocaine again. Methamphetamines won't do anything.
Nope.
No PCP, no shrooms.
That's straight 10. But Levin would know this from his proficiency with alchemist supplies. So that's the only reason I even made that statement.
Alright. Fine.
Day Zarya went straight in.
Give me 60 gold pieces and we'll call it even.
A little more fair. Zarya, that's coming out of your pocket. You're the one that was rude.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, take it out of my pay.
And you can keep the cask.
It's fucking useless on me now. Fuck.
Not really.
Fuck,
Ethanol
I
has
can't
plenty
get
of
fucking
uses.
drunk anymore. What the?
Zarya,
Oh, I cannot go through life sober. What the fuck?
well, you have to take some time to figure that out, sober. Because if your goal is to get drunk, you're going to have to figure out why you can't.
Something on some magic? Magic is magic on me? What?
Be a long day.
Look, you're a martial artist, right?
Yeah.
Did you train under anyone?
What did I decide for her?
We would assume that you'd
Oh,
have
fuck, I-
had a master at some point.
Yeah, I can't remember if I decided her training would be under her previous work environment or something she did before her previous work environment.
Well, Levin's asking if you want to make that decision now.
More like you have to make that decision now. Levin's asking.
No,
Yeah.
he won't force it.
Explain yourself.
I learned from my my village a long time ago. It takes time to train the skills. I learned stuff before I left. Shit, that's one of the things I don't. Fuck.
So you're not finished.
I guess I don't know. I just work. And I get better.
Looks like a good reason to at least send a message home.
Not really an option. They don't do messaging.
Well, let's look at it this way. I just watched an adult throw a tantrum over the fact that they couldn't get drunk.
It's not that. Just.
If it's that important, you should probably make the effort.
I'm gonna go fucking get some air. And she just walks out of the bar.
Levin,
She didn't punch anyone.
can you repeat that? I missed that one.
Thank the realms she didn't punch anyone.
Yet.
She might go find somebody.
Her hands explode skulls.
But with that, is there anything the two of you would like to do for the remainder of the night? So Zarya, would you like to do anything specific with your time?
I think she starts walking and tries to find anything to take her mind off of all of the thoughts that are now swirling in her mind that she drinks to get rid of.
Okay. So with it being so late at night, you would notice that besides being a hustle and bustling city, there's currently many things going on. You see food stands open, you see, people sitting outside restaurants, you hear the shuttles and the vehicles flying by. What would you like to do to try to distract yourself?
She needs something to fight. Is there any, like, fighting going on? Any commotions? Any fight clubs?
Not that you know of at the time being. I mean, you can give me an investigation check, but it would take you several hours to find any hint of anything. And by that point, dawn would be approaching.
True.
And then keep in
I think
mind,
she just.
if you were not able to complete a long rest, that would be an exhaustion point.
I think she just keeps walking and just walks until she finds anything of note happening besides just the day-to-day of the city.
I mean, again, it's like you said, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're not really finding anything too exciting going on right now besides the norm.
Yeah, it's just like walking in New York City in the middle of the night.
Pretty much, like, sure, there's hustling, bustling, but it's just like, okay, everybody's just kind of doing their thing,
Yeah.
getting ready to go to home.
In that case, I think she just walks until she makes it back to the tavern, does a loop around. I don't know, just something to be moving and trying to keep her mind occupied.
Gotcha. And with that, we are going to skip to the next morning. You are all well rested. You are all awake. And I'm just going to kind of push you all to being inside awake at the same time. You were served breakfast on the house.
Levin would have made one stop before stopping at the tavern.
Yep.
He would have been alarmingly careful with approaching this, because he's going over to the house to drop off that signet ring.
Alrighty.
I'd be casting Pass Without Trace and making every effort not to be seen.
Go ahead and give me that stealth roll.
Alright, 1 sec. Let me just mark off the slot. Go. $34.
I would certainly say you are pretty stealthy as you make your way. You are able to get to your destination.
Basically slinking in through the door, trying his best not to be seen, although, walking in, he would be noticed by anybody looking at the door. That's literally impossible not to. But he's gonna have the oilskin bundle with the ring in it. He's gonna leave it on the counter, and he's gonna walk right back out.
Alrighty.
And using that same methodology, he's gonna make his way around and circumspect his way to the tavern. He's not making a direct line.
Gotcha. So overall, it would take you about a half hour longer than it might have normally to get back to the tavern. Yep. Gotcha. Now, while that's going on, what are the rest of you doing? With who would still be awake? Who would be awake? Who would still be asleep? Who would be eating their breakfast? Again, on the house. No, it's not poisoned.
Yet.
Gearfried would have. Oh, are you asking just Levin the rest of us?
Just everybody. It's open in the air, so take it away. Go ahead, Gearfried.
Gearfried would have woken up super duper early, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and have just immediately gone to like working on improving stuff because something hit him while he was asleep, and he had an epiphany or head trauma, who knows. So he woke up and just immediately began like doing some armor stuff. So by the time Fennec wakes up, Gearfried is like looking manic. His hair is like this like really deep purple color and like super low to his scalp, and he's just like laser focused working on stuff, kind of mad scientist-esque. Eventually he would have stopped, but that's what Fennec wakes up to.
So Fennec, you hear these odd sounds coming from Gearfried's side of the room. You wake up and see this purple light emanating from him as he is manically working on this, clearly looking like he's been up for hours by the time you woke up.
What are you doing and why so early?
Because progress waits for no one, Fennec. I've figured out. You'll see eventually, but I figured out how to make everything work. We're not gonna have another night like last night ever again if I can help it. I think I've got it. I think I figured everything out. Go back to sleep, Fennec.
Yeah.
Dream happily, knowing you'll never have to worry again. And Gearfried's just gonna start going to more work on his little infusion balls.
I think he's gonna just like kind of flop out of like he'll hang his feet over the bed and just kind of like drop down and groggily grab his pillow and walk towards Cyrus's room.
Alright.
Like pillow lagging behind him.
Cyrus, what would you be doing at this time? Because Meili would be up. She has stopped sleeping at this point and is now only meditating. She's been kind of doing that for a while now.
Yeah. Ceres is getting changed.
I'm
When
assuming.
does my door open?
I'm assuming, Fennec, are you gonna knock first, or are you just gonna barge in?
Nope, he just opens the door, throws the pillow on the most like closest spot that looks comfortable, and lays down.
So, Cyrus, while you're changing, you just hear your door open, and you see Fennec just throw his stuff down on the floor and basically kind of like lay down
Before
right there.
Before he can put his head down, a crossbow bolt hits the wall by his head as like, you need to step out of this room right now.
He doesn't even notice it. He's
Yeah.
already like head down on the pillow.
She frowns. She finishes changing.
Gearfried would eventually leave the room, and if Fennec wants to go back to it, but that was, yeah. And go down to the tavern and meet everybody when they're done with their stuff.
I gotta find out. Do you hog tie him and then like hang him upside down outside of the window? Like, what do you do?
Oh no, this will be a long-term solution.
So, Gearfried, as you leave the room, you're probably itching for a cup of coffee. You make your way down. You do find that the bartender seems to be in a cheery mood and informs you that somebody has purchased you all breakfast.
How very generous and also highly suspicious. Point them out to me, please.
Oh, they're not here. They came in about an hour ago.
Did they give a name?
No, and I didn't ask. Why should I? Are you questioning my my shop's integrity?
I'm not questioning your shop's integrity, but we do attract a rather volatile audience, and I was curious who might have purchased us breakfast. Because while it is, I'm certain, wonderful food, it very much seems to me like a power play or like an insult, as if they're saying that we're too poor to afford. We can afford plenty of food. I woke up almost smothered in money, and I don't mean that ironically. Hyperbolically. I mean I literally woke up next to money. But can you at least describe the fella whoever left this for us?
Yeah, she was about 5'5", elvish, dark hair. It's about all I got.
All right, well, appreciate it. I'll let my friends know when they come down. And Gearfried will just begin to sit down, start eating. He'd ask for like a newspaper if they have one.
You would be able to get a copy of a newspaper. Front
All right,
page,
Gearfried.
you would see a headline screaming that basically in capital letters reads, "The death of a translating." Oh, I can't think of anything snappy. Basically, you would see the
literary
Translator.
There we go. Transliterary genius deceased. And you would read the article about how members were arrested at the scene and many were left killed by undead. Many are speculating whether or not war between Karnath and Breland will begin soon. Was this a declaration of war, or is this someone setting up? This is the general premise of the front page article.
Gearfried would note that, fold up the paper, put it under his arm, and then walk back up to the bartender.
As accidental terrorist.
I'm certain we might be leaving soon. We're from out of town. I did ask for a letter to be brought here. I messaged over to Karnath. I told them to send it back here. I don't suppose it's gotten here, and if and when it does, do you think you could forward it to Rote for me?
Sure, just do me a favor and write down the location, the name, etc., so that I would know where to forward it.
All right, Gearfried's just gonna write down the drunken Drake, and then write Gearfried Gladdock, recipient, and just give that to him, and give him a gold as well, just for the trouble.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. I am asking you for a service after all.
And that's about the time Levin would walk in.
Levin,
Oh,
you're up early.
I'm usually up early. This is a little late for me. What's that in your hand?
Oh, newspaper. Look at the front page. Hand it to him.
Valued historian discovers death. You're getting cheesy with these headlines.
I thought it could have been a little snappier. But, this whole war aspect, you don't suppose that has any, potential to occur as of, due to the actions that these miscreants took part in this news article?
Headlines are for catching attention. If you really want to know what's going on, you're going to have to take some time to look around. But this information's accurate, then that's what the public knows right now. And we know about how accurate it is.
True. Wonder if we should let, plan on letting Ceres know, and I'm just gonna wave the newspaper, but, as for Fennec, I'm still not exactly sure how he's, I was out most of last night, and I think I annoyed him working on some stuff this morning, but, as for whether or not we should let him see this, I'm just gonna leave it to chance.
If he shows an interest in reading the paper, he's going to find one anyway.
Yeah, true. I just won't mention it.
You don't have to offer it, but don't make efforts to hide it either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him discover it on his own if it does.
Well, the consideration here is, how would you put it? Dick move?
Yeah. I actually, I was up early last night. I was gonna run an errand a little later. Sarah's introduced me to her friend a few days ago. That's how I
Which he
managed
has
to.
several.
A friend who could procure some items. I need to pick up some emerald dust or diamond dust. I figure I might be able to find, or he might be able to get it for me. But after last night, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about some of the things we find ourselves in.
Things are gonna get worse before they get better. I mean, actual Carnathian death in Sharn, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I also maybe need to call home. I'm from Karna.
You made mention of that a long time ago. I almost forgot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I say from Karnath very loosely. I'm from the Ashen Spires, and we're pretty isolationist. Not really for lack, or not trying to be, but you know, not many people want to live in a fucking mountain. So it's mostly mining, and didn't really get out very much. So I wasn't aware of most of the world problems until, you know, headed to Rote. But I'm getting a little worried if my parents are still there.
Well, get your meshes out before we have to leave.
Plan to.
Cyrus is in the room?
I think so. Fennec went over there when I woke him up by accident.
I'll leave you to it. Where's Zarya?
That is the question of the week, isn't it? I have no idea.
And Levin's shoulders are gonna sink slightly. Alright. Oh, word of warning. She's probably... What's past irritated, but not quite angry? Frustrated.
Frothing? That too?
Oh,
I mean, just get her a beer, she'll be fine.
that's kind of the problem.
Get her 2 beers.
It's not above the number. Stop working.
Oh no.
And with
I will
that,
steer
I'm
clear.
going to go see on Ceres.
And Gearfried will keep a nervous eye out for an angry giant woman who's dangerously sober.
On that note, we're going to rewind time just a little bit. Zarya, what would you be doing first thing in the morning?
Probably asleep. She would have walked possibly around the entire city, depending on how big this place is. Yeah, probably only getting back in time to have like a short rest. So probably still in bed and not having a great time.
Alrighty.
Just
About what time do you think you would wake up?
I think she'd be dead to the world until someone woke her up.
Thank God.
Gotcha. So as you are snoozing away, we're going to go back to Ceres's room where Fennec has barged in, laid
Made a
down,
life choice.
ignored the crossbow bolt, whether or not it was because he was already unconscious, and now Ceres. Seeing this, what would you like to do?
Oh, I have been affectionately smothering Fennec.
So, Levin, would you knock or would you just enter?
Levin's not rude, and this is not an emergency. He's gonna knock.
So as you
Coming
are,
in.
as you are affectionately smothering Fennec, you hear this knock as you say, "Come in."
Doors open.
Levin, you walk into this scene as Fennec is laying on the floor. You have Maylee just kind of sitting on the bed looking as if this is just normal occurrence. And you see Sarah's just
I am
smothering him.
I will describe this. I, with one hand, have the pillow Fennec's face, slowly, but like pinning him with just a gentle force. At the same time, just stroking his hair, going, shh, soon, dude.
You do realize he has a unique biology, right? That's going to take a while.
I'm an elf. I have time.
Anyway. Levin's gonna switch over to Cant.
Ah, okay.
Well, it's been a while. How are the in-laws? And, well, do we want to be in trouble with your uncle for a bit? Short version. Did you get any messages from your superiors that you're working under? And seriously, we don't want to catch eyes from the government.
It's like, no, my uncle sent a cousin over last night for a quick talk, but you know about that. Haven't heard from any of the extended family or any of their business associates.
Fine. Making a nail run soon? Are we going to be smuggling someone out at any point?
Yes, I'm going to be making arrangements to travel with a new cousin. She's, you know, all the cousins are the same on the outside, same on the inside, but they look so different on the outside. I lose track of them. Hope no one else does.
Oh, I'm personally worried about rats being around, but well, I guess we could just follow the gossip from one of the farms.
Also, I might know a little bit of family gossip that you're not going to like. And she will smile.
I'm off to go find Zarya. Apparently she can't get drunk anymore and she's going to make it everyone's problem.
Is she in her room? Stands up, stops smothering Fennec.
I don't know.
Let me check. I will go check. I can do this.
Fennec,
you can trust.
You could finally breathe as she is overeagerly saying that she will go check on Zarya.
Levin's gonna move over to the bed, sit down, and gently pull the pillow away from his face. Good morning.
Hold his breath remarkably long. I'll be back in a bit. And I hop over to Zarya's room. I am going to quietly let myself in.
Alrighty. Go ahead. For shits and giggles, give me a stealth check.
Cool. Stealth check. I think I'm gonna give myself a little casting of guidance just to make it spicy.
Sure.
Before opening the door.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You are making no noises as you make your way towards into the room.
Yep. And I am just gonna lie down next to Zarya on the edge of the bed, one hand like holding up my head propped down, and with a mischievous grin, I'm just gonna start poking her cheek.
Zarya, go ahead and give me a constitution check.
Wait.
What is happening? My audio was out for a minute. What is happening?
Sarah snuck in when she heard you can't get drunk no more.
What's she doing?
She's laying in bed and... Sorry, go ahead, Saris.
Saris has snuck into your room quietly and laid down next to you on the bed. She's got one hand bent and holding up her head. She has a mischievous smile and she is poking your cheek.
You're gonna get punched.
We'll see.
Her immediate physical reaction if she feels someone touching her while she's asleep is punch. You're gonna get punched.
So, give me that Constitution
me?
check to see if you feel it while you are in your sleep. Because you are a little bit worn out from your...
Dirty 20.
Okay. You feel a poke on your cheek. You open your eyes. You see Ceres right in front of you.
I don't even think it's before she opens her eyes. It's the immediate physical reaction of I am asleep, I am vulnerable, someone is touching me.
Go ahead.
Punch.
Go ahead and give me an unarmed strike then.
18 or higher.
See, I'm not really
Damn
asking
it.
how punch. I'm asking why punch.
16.
Yep,
So-
she just sort of tilts her head to the side.
And you are... So as she dodges out of the way, you are able to see that Ceres is in front of you as you regain your composure to a slight degree.
Line it
Ceres,
to her.
push her out of the bed, first of all. Get the fuck...
Doing the rough stuff. Oh. Ugh.
I am not in the fucking... Okay, can we not?
Fine.
And she
Fine.
looks tired and just frazzled and just fucked up worse than she was drunk, honestly.
Okay. Normally when people can't get drunk, they take it a little better.
Okay, we're not going to have this conversation, okay? I just get the fuck out.
Okay. Just gonna say, if you want to talk
I don't.
later, if you want to talk later,
I won't want
I
to
am-
talk later. I don't want to talk ever. Just get the fuck out of my room.
I am surprisingly good at keeping secrets, and she will leave the room. And then
Alright.
she'll pop her head back in real quick. It's like, oh, we're meeting downstairs. Get up. And then close the door.
Ugh.
As
She'll
you close the door behind you and you make your way back to the room, I assume.
Yep.
So Zarya, after that brisk wake-up call, what is Zarya doing?
getting dressed and just really regretting choosing to be a monk. Ugh.
Best day.
I feel like she knew that, like, she has like books and stuff that she checks on occasionally to continue her training that she took from her village before she left. And just, she knew that this would eventually happen if she kept up her training. But that was Azaria before needing to drink that remembered that, and now forgot, and now is dealing with that.
The other part of that is, like, knowing and experiencing are two separate entities. Like,
Yeah, I don't think it even occurred to her that alcohol technically counts as poison.
so, yeah, so that's the whole thing. Like, you would have been warned that there was no poison, you couldn't be affected by poison. But even then, some of the elders might have still have been drinking because they may have liked the taste of the particular beverage. Because there are some, really tasty liquors out there.
Whiskey sour.
Or,
Alternatively, there could be a way of suppressing whatever that effect is.
or they wanted to keep up the illusion that they might be a drunkard so somebody underestimates them.
A lot of reasons. None of them helping Zarya right now.
Yeah, none of them are helpful to you, but still.
Yeah, none are helpful.
And
Yeah,
with
so
that,
she gets up and goes downstairs.
we are going to, push ahead so that we are all together, regrouped, downstairs, eating your free breakfast, paid for by a mysterious elf woman with black hair.
Who are we?
All right, guys, our meal was comped by somebody. elvish lady, black hair, 5'5". Apparently, I don't know, ring any bells to anybody?
I look at Melee.
Melee will return the look.
Yeah.
Just
fa-
like, sorry, go on.
family favor, I am assuming.
I was like, you didn't buy everyone breakfast, Melee?
I didn't buy everybody breakfast.
Just checking.
Is that somebody that we're supposed to know?
You know, sir,
Yes.
seems to me like you might be hiding something. Do you perhaps know this elvish woman that bought us breakfast?
No. Not particularly. Oh my god, you're still alive.
Yes, I am alive, and I'm better than ever, and I've been working on ways to keep us from being in a situation like we were in yesterday. That fella that helped me get the head equipment, do you have access to diamond dust? Or just diamonds that I could grind into dust?
I mean, if you go into Lower Tour, you'll find someone who can find something. You're certainly free to ask. I wouldn't go down alone because you're not from Lower Dora and they will eat you alive. Or take all your money.
You have a lovely city here.
It's so lovely, you have no idea. There's nothing like seeing street urchins fighting for scraps of food and coin in the morning. Ah,
Wonderful place.
Yes, and the
Honey,
warm smell of...
Go ahead.
I say yes, and the warm smell of urine and stale alcohol that permeates all the city streets here.
well, at least in Lower Dora, yes.
Well, let's be fair. Middle and upper have their spots too.
I know. It's like Lower Dora is a part of everything. What's not to love? She looks a little wistful.
Well, unfortunately, we will have to leave because we do need to deliver this. And I shake the parcel containing the limb, or the I believe it was a lung of breathing,
Yep.
for Uncle
Prosthesis,
Ram
yeah.
Ram.
That's true. Don't want to disappoint.
Fantastic delivering a vacation souvenir.
Yes, but on the bright side, I'm sure Uncle Ram Ram made arrangements for us to get back. Otherwise, what's the point of sending us here?
Didn't we pay to get here? Why would he pay for us to?
Well, we paid a reduced rate.
Yeah, so you would have the same deal where it was half price.
We paid like
Well,
125 gold pieces or something.
I have a question. Are we pressed for time on delivering this? Could we not simply just procure your vehicle?
If you're referring to Carpe Diem, there was a fee to bring it onto the train, so we left it in a lot.
Yeah.
It's currently in a garage. In
Sharn or in Rote? I don't remember.
Carpe Diem's in Sharn right now. Before
Is
we
it
left,
in
I had
Rote?
to. Or
It's gotta be
Rote,
in Rote.
sorry, Rote. Yeah, Rote. Not.
Yeah, I was
First
gonna
one.
say you are in Sharn, so it'd have to be. in
Sorry,
Rote if
I
it's
keep
not
getting the geography.
Hey,
mixed up,
listen,
it's my bad.
it's all Breland. It's okay.
Yes. This place lacks the majesty of Karnath. It all looks the same to me. No, it's in Rote right now. I had to pay some army little prick some, I assume, heavily inflated rate to house my vehicle, which he was not kind about, and I'm going to be making sure he didn't drive it while I was gone.
Yeah, check
Tried
the
to drive
speedometer.
it. Probably in a chop shop already. But now you can buy a new one.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I spent so much fucking money on that thing.
It's
Right.
fine.
Weren't those there was a brother and sister combination that were trying to use their own vehicles. You figured they'd be watching it?
Oh, they could certainly make use of it.
I mean, after the work that was done on the engine.
Oh my, Gifford, you're looking so pale.
We need to go back to Rote.
We're not in a rush. We can take our time.
No, we should go. We should go.
Well, before we do, I just want to do a little bit of shopping because we are in Sean, and Sean is where you can get anything.
Not wrong. In the interest of brevity, Cyrus, is there anything that you need picked up that can be at all at the same location that you would want me to get?
I would like to get a really nice hand crossbow. One that has aim assist built in. I want a +1 crossbow.
I figured. I understood your thieves' cant. I got you.
Well, I'm going to have to repurchase a feather token. Pick up some blank vellum.
I toss a feather token to Levin. No, you don't. Here you go. I always pick up a few extras when I walk through town.
Levin turns it over.
You realize you're...
Whose was this?
Shrugs. But I don't take the names. If I asked, it wouldn't be helpful.
You realize you're killing people, right? Like,
Only if they
someone
fall.
could have... Well, that's the reason they had that. They're probably clumsy.
Everyone has them. I have several.
Gearfried's going to start looking in the newspaper to see if it makes reference to anyone falling to their death.
You would notice that 3
Walter
people
and
have fallen
Sean.
to their death.
Not
You're
everyone can
right.
afford a token.
Gearfried's going to look at the paper horrified.
Yeah, no, Gilfrey, not everyone can afford a token. The
I mean, you very well could have been tokens from these people.
Probably not.
You don't know that.
They're not terribly expensive. Go get another one in case you've misplaced yours.
Does it say if any of them fell out of Middle Dura?
Does it say?
It does not say where they fell from.
Only where they
Well, I mean,
landed.
where they landed would probably determine that. I mean, they're probably... Well, they fell. They're probably from upper or middle, right?
Yeah, they fell into Lower Dura.
No, you can get thrown out of a 3rd story and lower pretty easy.
Yeah, fair.
She just like looks at him like, see? Which doesn't mean anything.
Like, I think the impact from a 3rd story versus an entire city above
Ultimately,
would
it's,
look a little different.
it is
That's
it's an
roughly same speed.
obituary. It's not enough of a tragedy that it merits a full article. It's just he was looking for any information on people who fell. That's what you get. They don't go that gruesomely into obits. It's just
Yeah, they don't describe if it was just a broken body versus a pancake.
Yeah, they just said fallen, hit the ground in Middle Dura. May his soul rest in peace.
I want to point out, Gearfried, these are the only people important enough to put in the paper that fell to their death. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into it.
That's not true. Look, there's an obit right here for an old grandma. She survived by her 2 grandchildren.
And
From-
this one here is from having someone land on them. That's horrible.
We should leave this city.
No! It's wonderful here! It rains people!
That sounds...
Oh my god, I love that comment. You guys are
It's
back up to
raining
full.
men. Hallelujah.
Oh god, you guys are back up to full inspiration here.
Feather tokens. We need umbrellas. We need people umbrellas.
Hallelujah. It's raining men.
Oh god.
I'm going to get my supplies, and forward pay my rent for a while.
Fair enough. I think I'll tag along with Gearfried to make sure he doesn't die.
I'll be fine.
Oh, sweet Gearfried. You literally have a flame on your head.
Oh, she just said,
Hello.
bless your heart.
Not when I wear my hat and I put on my newsy cap.
Oh, bless your heart.
Alright, let's just get the fucking dust.
Yes, Come along, Zarya. Come along, Melee.
Whoever
Nick,
whoever
we're all
ends up
going to
using it, someone's
Mildura.
just gonna pay me back.
Fuck off from them.
Melee will be following after.
I don't think
Okay.
Zarya follows.
Zarya?
Fuck off.
Zarya, Mountain Hand, Aguvelo. You will attend to us now. We are going as a group.
I said, fuck off.
No, come on. How bad can it be?
Fennec, would you be joining them, or what would you be doing, Fennec?
He'd be joining.
So
Yeah,
if
ready?
you want to tag along with somebody who's not going to pester you, you can come with me.
Smiles at Zarya.
Alright.
Alright
Alrighty.
then.
So, as Zarya and Levin begin to make their way to pay off his rent for a little bit, we are going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. We will be right back.
While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patron subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patron subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patron subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com, and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more...
Alright, we are back. We are better than ever. We are refreshed. So, the players are now about to make their way to do a shopping trip as well as to pay the rent. So, let's start off with Zarya and Levin. Levin, you are leading her towards your building, I'm assuming, to see your landlord, yes?
Yeah. He's not at that building. It's just one of the built properties that he owns. He would be over at probably his office if it's in the mid AM.
Alrighty. As you enter the office, you would see a human male sitting behind the desk. Levin, welcome.
Morning. Just here to probably pay on rent. I'll be making my way out, and I'm uncertain for when I'll be returning. It's a long-term contract.
Yeah, sure.
So, rent and exterior maintenance, I don't have anything that's going to be a problem inside.
Alright. He is going to look through his records, knowing that they've done this in the past. Alright. So how many months are you attempting to pay up for?
We'll keep it at 6, and I'll message you. I'll message you with additional payment if there's an extension necessary.
Alrighty. Let's see. What did we have for you rent? Give me 1 second. Just need to double check rent costs.
I think it was somewhere around, was it 15 a month?
Yeah, okay. I like that. Alright, so that'd be what, 90 gold pieces for the 6 months?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll shuffle 9 platinum.
Ooh, look at you, big spender.
But please don't tease me. I have enough on my plate today.
Well, it's not every day somebody pays their rent with platinum pieces.
You know the exchange rate as well as I do. It's 10 to 1.
Yes, and you know how to read people as well as I do, and you understand the comments. Don't tease me. I have enough on my plate.
Was only returning in kind. Thank you.
He chuckles. Throughout the banter, he did have a pleasant expression. So it's not like he was.
Oh no,
upset.
Levin has a similar expression.
you
Like
go.
we're just futzing each other.
Exactly, just a little tit for tat. All right. Well, may your travels be safe, and I will see you when you come to pay me rent again.
Take care. Right, time to go get some supplies. Sorry, was there anything you had in mind that isn't your current problem?
Not really. I don't need anything. I mean, I
Give you
guess
your once over. If we need to replace anything, it's probably better to do it now.
I'm low maintenance. As long as it's not falling apart and it works, I'm fine with it.
Alright. But, DM, I'll give you a shopping list later, but ultimately it's just going to be things like, alchemy supplies, a couple of vials of antitoxin,
Alrighty.
and
Also-
maybe a couple of other items.
Also,
Sounds
pre-translation for that is Pre has no idea what to do with shopping episodes because she hates shopping more than anything in life. So she has no idea if a character needs anything. So, yay! If you want to buy something
Want
for her,
anything for your character?
Well, consumables are an easy spend.
Yeah,
True.
potions,
Rations,
things like
rations,
that.
torches,
does
crowbars.
she need
Sometimes you need more
those?
than one.
Well, I mean,
Well, you need food while you're traveling.
you
Oh yeah,
well,
sure.
Gonna Oregon Trail this?
thinking about this
I-
one specifically, you went down a couple of times, or you got very close to going down. Potions would have been very essential to maintaining your HP without having to rely on a healer. So you may
But
want to
doesn't
spend
it take an action to drink?
bonus
potion?
action, action to drink it for yourself, and action to administer it for someone else.
Oh right.
It's okay, Bri. I do the same thing with shopping episodes. I never know what. to
Yeah,
get.
But
I hate
ultimately-
shopping IRL, and it translates to hate shopping in D&D.
Maybe
Never liked it.
browse the magic item list to see if there's anything that you think would be fun for your character.
That's
Not
the
doing it right
thing.
now.
I don't
that,
know if
the
any of that
the-
stuff would be good.
The shopping is basically bookkeeping. You don't have to list it out right now in the moment
Yeah.
unless you had an idea for it earlier.
And it's something that we can retcon always later on if it's something that's really something that's needing to be addressed, like buying a magical item is something that you might have to look for and haggle. So we can always retcon
Yeah.
those things if you think of something after. So
I
don't
never
think
know
too
what-
much on it.
I never
But-
know what magical items might be good for a character, so.
As said,
I would say in
healing
that case,
potions really good
Yeah,
when
I'll
you're
get
when you're
some.
down low.
Yeah, I'll
if
get
you
some
need
healing
advice on that,
potions.
just talk with any of us over whatever messaging you want to do.
and also
oh.
you could just browse the magic items randomly and just look at what sounds cool. It doesn't have to be quote unquote useful. It can just be cool.
Yeah, I think I see all the lists and I get a little overwhelmed by the options.
Oh, option paralysis.
Option
Yeah,
paralysis.
Moving forward,
Oh,
then,
peanut
is there anything else you would like to buy?
No, I'll give you the list for items that I'm going to be interested in, and you return what I'm allowed to purchase, basically.
Sounds good. So Pre, we'll get back to your list as well later on. jumping back over to the others, you are beginning your journey down to Lower Dura, and you do notice that there is an immediate shift in the atmosphere. It went from being a middle-class neighborhood to being, lower urban area that is not the most savory of places.
Oh my god, do you smell that? Finally, desperation in the air again.
For those of you who have been in the game the longest, you would remember back in the early days when, to blend in most, you had to smell like pee.
Like, yeah, that's me.
So glad I'm not with you guys.
All right, let's just get what we need to get done. Leave. I don't want to be in this city anymore.
Right, I just need to help disguise you a little bit. Come here.
Don't you dare touch me. I can disguise myself, thank you.
No,
And I'm
no,
going-
this is. You need a full olfactory disguise.
Gearfried is
Magical
going
tinkering.
to... Gearfried is going to cast Disguise Self
Alright.
on himself. He is going to appear... He's going to go with, like, the human version of himself that he likes to use when he does the spell. And, just kind of, like, fair-skinned. Hair is instead more of, like, a reddish color instead of being fire. And, then he's going to use his magical tinkering on his hat to make it elicit a foul-smelling odor.
Okay.
I suppose if you want to cheat.
Cheat, this is... I'm literally doing what I need to do without you having to cover me in bodily fluids.
I was just gonna wipe gutter mud on you, but fine.
I would prefer not to, thank you.
Anyway,
I performed surgery on myself 3 days ago. You want me to get an infection?
no! I can take care of that. You're fine.
Alright, let's
Anyhow,
go buy
it's
what
no
we need to buy.
dramatic.
As you are making your way through, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Is my item help me out with this? Hold on.
And that is for everybody who's there.
Perception, you said?
Yes, sir.
Attributes. Perception. Normal. Oh dear.
How about for you, Fennec?
Sorry, what was it?
Perception.
Ah.
And let me roll for melee.
Cannot wait till Fennec and Zarya are back. 11.
Tracy.
Let's see. Perception for melee. There we go. So, you are going to notice that Mei Li begins to kind of tighten her posture. But you're not sure as to why. But other than that, nobody notices anything suspicious. As you make your way through, who are you going first? Because I know, Ceres, you said you were looking for a +1 weapon.
Yep.
And I know that Gearfried, you're looking for diamonds. Fennec, you were just along for the ride, or did you have anything that you wanted?
Nope, he's just along for the ride.
Alrighty.
Gearfried would also want to keep an eye out, not a priority, but looking around to see if there's any like food stalls that are specifically dwarvish.
You would be able to find a dwarvish food stall.
Once we have our items, Gearfried would want to make a stop.
Alrighty.
It's been a while.
So,
since he's had
would you
home
guys like
cooked.
to... Nice. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that was the end of the thought. It's
Okay.
been a while since Gearfried's had home-cooked dwarvish food.
Alright, let's hope it'll hold up to the authentic stuff from back home. with that, are you going to the jewelers first, or do you want to go get the weaponry first?
Oh, let's
What are
get
your
the
thoughts?
weapon.
Whatever's closer.
Cyrus wants the weapon.
Alrighty. As you enter the armorer, you would notice that there are weapons of all sorts here. Some of them look used and not cleaned very well. And you see this seedy individual standing in the back. He is a Kalishtar individual dressed in an all-black cloak. His face kind of shrouded, half of it covered by a torn rag. Or a torn cloth, I should say. Welcome. Come on in. How can I help you?
I am in the market for... she will pull out a hand crossbow that she already has. I am looking for one of these, but better.
Better, eh? You know they're not cheap, right?
Well, I'm waiting to hear what the price will be, and then I will decide if I think it's cheap or not.
And your friends?
The
Merely here for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna notice that he kind of does a double take. They can wait by the door. You can come. And he's gonna start walking towards the back after he opens up the counter.
I follow.
And in the back room, you are going to see a large assortment of weapons. And you would be able to feel a magical aura almost emanating from each of them.
Alright.
So, crossbow, yes. Let's see. I've got... And he's going to take 2 off the shelf. This one here is 350 gold pieces. It is, we'll say, the upgraded model of yours. And then he takes down a second one. This one is 1,500 gold pieces.
Oh.
And it is, I would say, quite the weapon. So ultimately, the 350 is a +1, and the 1,500 is going to be a +2.
Aha. The urge to just shank this guy and take both is really real.
You could certainly try.
I know.
And then I have to make a stat block, and then, he's going to be somebody powerful. Sorry, no offense. He's,
Hey, DM.
He's
Well, he wouldn't need to be powerful. Whoever follows would be.
Pretty much. Yep, what's up?
Curious, just for the sake of whether or not I want to do something fun. Do firearms exist in the campaign in the current time that we're in, or is that not a thing yet?
I'm going to say we can discuss that at a later point.
Okay. Just curious, because if firearms do exist, Gearfried would probably have an interest in buying one, if not for just to figure out how it works.
Canonically, firearms don't exist in Eberron.
Okay,
but
well, if not,
that's
then
not necessarily this Eberron.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, we will definitely discuss that point because I don't explicitly mind. I just don't want to make an impulsive decision.
Yeah,
at
no.
the spur of the
I was
moment.
curious. I was just curious if that had already been established. If not, it's not a big deal. I was just wondering.
But
So Gearfried has no reason
ultimately,
to follow Sarah.
if you were to want to purchase a upgraded weapon, your particular weapon would be already available.
Fair enough. I will pay him the 300 gold pieces for the plus one.
The 350 gold pieces.
Sure.
There you go.
I would try to bargain him down to see if I
Go
can get
ahead.
it for 3.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. You could certainly try.
I plan to. Okay. I rolled a 9.
With a 19, yep, I will say. Alright, I kind of like your style. 300?
Thank you.
I could do it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
But
The
I have a
okay.
request.
Okay.
Spread word to your friends of the quality of my weapons.
Oh, most certainly.
Anyway, you were going to say something before I interrupted.
Just that I love the quality of your work and the readiness of your supply.
Ah, you're too kind. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, what? Pat, what are you doing? Oh my god. Anyhow, actually, I am looking for, another item. I don't know if you'll necessarily have it. It's an enchanted tattoo. I heard you can sometimes sort of buy needles that will allow you to have said tattoo. Is that something you would possibly carry?
Tattoo needles, eh?
Enchanted tattoo needles. I'm
You-
looking for one in particular. If it helps, I can describe it for you.
You are gonna notice him rummage through a small little closet that's in there. And he is going to pull out a small box. I don't have many of these because these don't really sell very often. But I have a tattoo kit. So ultimately, he has a tattooist's tools kit.
Oh.
They aren't too common, particularly because things like those tattoos tend to fall under the jurisdiction of dragon-marked houses most times. So, again,
Weird.
unfortunately, this one is going to be a little bit more pricey at 100 gold pieces.
What kind of... What does it do?
So ultimately, the tattooist kit would allow you to basically do, as long as you have magic, you can be able to, I believe, imbue the tattoos.
Oh, like make myself a spell rot tattoo?
Yeah, basically.
So I can give myself a tattoo that'll cast a spell that I have?
Yep. So you could
Okay.
buy like mood ink, different types of inks, and then how you can train yourself, because you would still need to utilize the training to be able to imbue the magic. And
You
you'd
would turn
but
yourself into a spell scroll.
pretty much.
That's not...
Or have tattoo
So it's like a
wings
tattoo
that
of
are
like
real wings.
magic storing.
Yeah. It's a one-off item, but it...
Yeah.
If I bought
Well-
from you today, could you point me in the direction of somebody who could, at least in the short term, provide me a tattoo?
He's going to take out a scroll and he's going to write down an address within Lower Dura. If you trust Lower Dura Tattooist, he's the best tattoo artist there. He does all of the back alley tattoos, meaning he's legit.
Ah. That's actually somewhat odd for Lower Dura. But okay.
The reason being is because he operates, as said, without any oversight.
Interesting. All right, very well. I will give him the other 100 gold pieces for this kit.
Alrighty, you are now in position of a tattooist's kit.
Good
Alright,
times.
is there anything else you'd like to do in this store?
No, I'm gonna peel off 40 platinum pieces. And I will gather up my friend.
Alrighty, you are all now regrouped. And you are able to leave the store.
You got what you needed?
Wait, how much was the +2 crossbow? 1500?
1500, yep.
Ah, I almost could afford it. Anyhow.
If
Moving
you needed a
on.
loan, I could give you some money if you couldn't get what you needed.
No, this is better. I like having more rather than quantity versus quality.
So we would have to pay for passage.
True.
Anyhow, let's go get you your things.
Right, we don't need to go super in-depth. I'm just buying 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Yep, so you'd be able to find that relatively easily, and you can now deduct the money and add the diamonds to your character sheet.
Okay, also, there is one more thing, now I think about it.
Yes.
How much do bags of holding go for here?
I believe anywhere between 250 to 500 gold pieces. Let me just double check the cost. So yeah, it's anywhere between 101 to 500 gold pieces. So, give me a second.
Also, while we're walking around, I will find the scrappiest looking street urchin I can and hand him my non-magical crossbow and 10 bolts and say, use them wisely.
Thank you ever so much. And you're gonna see him already loaded up.
You're like the opposite of the guy that gets out of prison and starts teaching children how to behave.
No, I am exactly that person.
So, Gearfried, you would be able to find a shop that does have a bag of holding, but, and this is more of, you can attempt to haggle. It is going to cost you about 500. I rolled D10 for the cost.
Which is
It
like
would be, I rolled max value, but you can attempt to haggle it down.
I can lower the price on your behalf. Actually got a bit of a knack for it.
I mean, it was just more of a passing curiosity. I can make one. It's just a matter of whether or not I want to waste the
you
resources.
at half the cost.
If you can haggle it down to half, I'll buy it. But if not, then you still got to pay for passage, and I just spent $300 or 300 gold to make sure none of us die.
Yeah. I am going to, first of all, preemptively cast Enhance Ability, Eagle Splendor, to give myself advantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
I'm going to walk next to her as she does this and impart my my flash of genius effect to give her, I believe, +4 to whatever her roll is.
Okay.
Cool. And I am basically going to try and haggle down the price to half.
Alright. This is going to be a higher DC because it's going to be explicit, but you have a very high charisma roll plus a +4. I'm pretty sure you're going to pass, unless you roll like a 1.
I mean, it's possible. I am not invincible. Oh wait, I meant to add a +4 to that. Yeah, that should be a 20.
One of them was a 1.
Right? Alright, so with a 20,
What?
you did just pass.
All right, then Gearfried will purchase the bag of holding at the lowered price.
You have a bag of holding for 250 gold pieces.
Smile like your freak. See? I know what I'm doing. God, I love Lord Dora.
Well,
Is
now
there
we have
anything-
something for the group.
Is there anything else anybody would like to buy?
Nope, that's it. I don't know
Alrighty.
if Fennec has anything.
Fennec, how about you? Any items that pique your curiosity that you want to attempt to purchase?
Not really. Not at the moment.
Alrighty. So with that, yep, go ahead.
I wanted to find that tattooist.
I'm going to say we're going to hold off on that until next session. And that's what we will start off with.
Cool. I will, on the way to the tattooist, hand over my light crossbow to another scrappy street urchin. Give them 10 bolts with it.
Alright. You notice that the boy you gave the other crossbow to earlier is now shooting at the one you just gave it, and he is in turn shooting back.
Oh, look at that. They learn so quickly. And I will,
You're
like...
inciting a gang war. You're inciting a gang war right now. That's what you're doing.
I will take them aside. It's like, if you started turning this on the big people and stealing their money, you could, in fact, just get richer, buy food, and comfortable shelters.
Yeah, but I get to kill him.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, what you need to do, what you really need to do, you and your friends all need to come together,
Oh god.
form one cohesive unit.
I am
a
so
union,
sorry,
if you will.
Small. I'm so sorry, my little friends.
So,
You know what? You should go back to attempting to kill each other.
you're going to see him turn around and go, and you're going to hear a whistle. And as you do, other street urchins begin to come out and join them.
Huh.
And then they begin to
I've never
surround
been-
you.
Gearfried!
Well, hey, Saris, and Gearfried's going to grab Saris around the back and be like, let's leave. And then Gearfried is going to move vertically 30 feet because I can fly now.
What about the rest of them?
Fennec can fly too.
Mm-hmm.
Fennec, can you bring Mei Li, please?
Fennec, will you bring Mei Li?
I said please.
I suppose.
And she will get on.
He'll turn real quick, look at her, and he goes, alright. I'm willing to put my pride aside and let bygones be bygones.
You're going to see a crossbow bolt whiz past your head.
I'm being nice.
That's from the urchins.
Yeah, not from her.
Oh.
You're being
They're,
surrounded
just
by
kinda like-
street urchins because they're unionizing.
He's probably yelling that down at them.
So, he's not going to break. He's just going to go, "Phew." He goes, and he's going to keep his hands up. Bygones be bygones.
Sure. Sounds good
And
to
then
me.
he's gonna reach up and goes, come on, let's nug it out.
Oh, okay. Sure. And she's not giving you a hug, though.
He didn't ask for a hug.
Well, you asked for a nug. I don't know how you nug it out, so...
Why you motherfucker?
You know how long I've been waiting for that moment?
off. The
Never
cat,
gonna end.
But,
the audience does not understand at all.
on that
They
note,
don't have to.
we are going to call it here for the evening. There will be no session next week. Have a wonderful
Aw.
and safe Thanksgiving. If the
Oh.
players, we'll see how things go. Enjoy, and as said, be safe. Peace out.
Be sane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Good night.
Bye bye.